Alright, so I'm gonna go over rigging for the letter O. So I have here two different comparisons. So I'm just gonna make this smaller. Okay. Basically with rigging for like the letter O, it has to be approached differently. Not like where you make the bones follow along the silhouette. It's different from that. As you can see here, there's this negative space. Even with this one, negative space. And you have to also consider the amount of mesh, or you could call it the amount of surface and or volume that the bone is going to influence. So in this one here, you'll notice that even with the negative space, the bone is going outward this way rather than going out like this or like this. You know, it looks totally different. It looks almost like a alien type of a hybrid skeleton for some other creature. But what I want to show is some of the animations. So as you can see, it's doing this. Come on, it's it's doing its job, and it's doing it fairly well. And this one too. And you'll notice that in this one there's 1, 2, 3 chains and one at the end, whereas this one, it has like 1, 2, 3. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just 3. And the reason why is that, and the reason that I'm showing these two comparisons is this one, since there's more surface, like you could say there's more meat to this character, alphabet character, whereas this one is much more skinny, compared to this. So it only required this nub or bone and then this other nub, the end joint, in order for it to properly latch on to a certain amount of vertices. So 1 second. What I want to show is the actual influence of the bones to the mesh vertices. So I'm gonna go make sure I'm at rigging menu. Then I'm gonna go to let me see here. I need to select the mesh. So I select the mesh. I go to skin, and then paint skin weights tool. It's option box, and I'm not gonna really mess with it because I don't want to blow it up, but I'm not gonna paint or anything because I don't want to jack it up by accident. Anyway, so just for the sake of explaining and showing, this is the bone for this. I'm not painting or anything or manipulating. I'm just hovering over it so it can be seen how much it's influencing. See? So it's influencing all these vertices all around to a certain amount, and then it gradually kind of falls off. The wider it is means much more influence, and the lesser it is on the gradient, meaning obviously less influence from here and here, I believe, these two. Yeah, actually, if I click on this, yeah, this is just for this. This is for this. That's why naming the joints are very important. Yeah. So this, as you can see, this guy right here, it's influencing a huge chunk. and then the one above that is this. This here is kind of like the pivot. You could say when I say pivot, like how the chest connects to the shoulder of a person, like the shoulder girdle, like the scapula, the clavicle. Yeah, so that's the pivot hinge joint. See how we need to have one right here right away, because if you have this one, the spine, and if you have it just going all the way across to here, it just looks clunky and it just doesn't look good. It just looks freaking lame if you don't have this little guy over there. Just like how down press W, this here, it also has a little pivot, and this is a little pivot. Anyway, so that's what that's about. So I wanted to show that. I'll show the animation. It's fairly, fun and straightforward. And then this one, so you can get a really dynamic range of motion. There's some subtle little nuances here, but it's minor. It can be changed up by tweaking the bones less, so it's stretching the mesh less. Anyway, so it was fun animating it. This one here, I animated purely just the bones, just for the sake of presentation, showing and testing the range of motion. So these are the keys, exactly like how I taught for the bouncing ball technique of when and where to place the keyframes and why. And then this one, in order to expand this completely, you hold shift and you click on the little box. So if I grab all of this, so you can see all of that. And then these are the controllers. This one I had Jesus, a lot. I had practiced setting up the controllers as well, naming them. And then these are it. These are just holds. Anyway, so that's everything. I think I'm gonna tackle this one because it is much more challenging when I compared the two, whereas this one is not as challenging because it's just skinnier and has less to worry about in terms of the joint placement of how much it's going to influence. But the idea is the same. Like you see here, this and this, and you could also see the how much let me see, okay, spine it has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6. This one only has 6. I mean, I probably could have put maybe one more here, but I just didn't. So in terms of how many bones to place, you could say I think I was influenced by this because of the fact that it just feels and looks more squat, whereas this one feels more tall because of the negative space. I think that's the reason why I put more spine joints compared to this. Yeah. Anyway, so this looks like to be a good amount. because it animates really well. Not too much, not too little. This one, I think I barely fit the least amount of bones needed. It probably could have used one more, like here, and then have this one down here. But I just didn't want to do more work due to the fact that all of these have to be linked up. I think that's the reason why I put less on this one for the spine. Anyway, those had to be explained. So that's like what, 10 minutes. I'm gonna just go about showing how to do this, and whomever has these type of O's, just take observational looks at this and this, compare it. I think I might put this on the server as well, in case if there's students that have a skinny O versus a big and clunky O. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so that'll be the end of that. I'm gonna end the video right now. Before I even do that though, I also want to mention this down here, this little P. If I have it unchecked, and when I play the animation, you won't see the bones, but when you stop the play blast, the timeline, it appears. So again, super useful. Even for the mesh, if I take away the P for play blast or whatever, see, it's gone, and now it's back. But typically you want to do it for the bones. Same thing here. See, I took away for the bones, and then here's the controllers. It looks very intimidating, but if you take it slow and steady and not rush it, it's 100% doable and with no distractions, because it friggin' works. Yep. If I play it versus turning this back on, see, this is super annoying to look at when testing animations. Anyways, just want to mention that. Alright, so that'll be end of this video. That was 13 minutes. I'm going to try to edit it to make it shorter, but if anything, this is how long it is. Okay, bye.